So this whole idea of demonics and shape-shifting and animals carrying these dark forces on our human plane, it's a major thing that basically permeates a lot of our consciousness. We're always talking about it. And you can go to the shaman to take spirits off of you. And again, you have the modern people who said, what whole of mumbo jumbo, yet still they're going to the psychiatrist, who in the ancient tongue is a shaman that's removing these spirit entities. So all these psychological stirrings of the psychiatrists and the psychologists is shamanic. They're still moving spirits. And whether they call them maladies or what they call them deeply depressive states, they're moving demons, and when they cannot manage it, they carry it and send it to Rome for exorcism. So what you're trying to fool, you can't fool me, right? The mind is not just this thing that is aberrated and then sends weird signals. Yes, it becomes aberrated and sends weird signals. But sometimes what is happening is that you have a radio that is tuned to a certain bandwidth, and then one day it goes up and go beyond where you think you never hear a station before, and you hear a station in, say, you're English speaker, you hear a station in French, and you hear a station in Spanish, Espanol, because we hear the Cuban stations in Jamaica some of the time on the AM band, am I right? So what does that show yourself? But on the same wavelength and the spectrum that you think is only reserved for certain things, you understand me? Other things come in. Something that's outside your spectrum, using the same bandwidth, come into the spectrum, possessing some people, getting some people's psyche. You understand me? So whether people want to tell you that it's just your mind being out of alignment or you're thinking weird thoughts, believe it or not, there are entities out there which when they get into your space, it affects your thought processes. So that's how you end up with all those weird thoughts, because you're in a weird energy field and a weird sensation created by a weird presence. You understand what I say? Because people think it's only what is seen is dangerous. A man can put a noxious substance in your room that you cannot see, you cannot smell, and you cannot taste, and it will kill you. And the spirit entities are the same. They are outside, just outside our frequency perception, but have effect on our frequency range. Them come in on the channel, and you know what I mean, them F up some things sometimes. So the modern people talk about this is just mental maladies and little things. Basically, when it get too hard and get too serious, they must send the people them go home to exorcism, and them call the local priest. Some people say, and I'm talking specifically sometimes some Rasta people say, all them things there are just some little Roman concoction for a mind. I would want to tell that particular person, I mean, get real. Seriously? Come on. Every case would be a Roman manipulation of our psyche. What about things that happen thousands of miles away from any perception that looks like a Roman perception? Come on. I'm not going to let Roman into Europeanism with an English perception thing for me. So I cannot use it to think my negative, and I cannot use it to think my positive. So in my culture, in my cosmology, our ancestors, when they die, they just go a few degrees outside of the visible spectrum. Isn't that how we know it? That's how we know it, right? And that's how we live with it. So when we say we see spirits, we are not messed up in our heads. We're not turned inside out. We're not psychotic creatures on the verge of losing our sanity. We're quite sane. And these are the things that the modern world is playing our tricks about. Like they don't know about these things. Eh?
Everything is vibration.
Exactly. If everything is vibration, then it suggests that the denser vibration, shedding its kernel, shedding its crust, leaving its kernel, the inner soul, which would be the light, the energy field, still permeating the pathic bodies, still permeating this wavelength, right? And sometimes some of them don't want to just stay in another invisible wavelength there, or barely visible. They want to project into our space, so they astral project into the space, and sometimes possessing others, possessing people.
Before they go into your mind and project the etheric body.
Yeah.
Got the physical body.
Yeah, as a Baba said.
They find the etheric body, them stuck on the physical body, make the spirit and your mind cannot connect their physical.
So as a Baba said, them going in your etheric body first, and disconnect the connection between all of the etheric bodies and all of the pathic bodies. Those subtler parts of your being that flow through the denser part. They possess those things, meaning they add a certain level of confusion to your senses.
Right. They add a certain level of confusion in your particle memory, And you probably have your own life, and you probably with your friends and all of that, and they add certain things in your future or what you're doing certain people what you're not supposed to.
So it's like a general manipulation. So they manipulate your past, your present, and your future. Because usually in psychology, if you are very depressed, what we psychologically recognize, as we can say, right, is usually because you are so caught up in the past. Am I right? Right? You're more caught up in the past, so you're very depressed. If it is that you're very anxious, right, it seems that you're very much, futuristic too much. You're probably too connected with the future, so you are not present enough to process things in a balanced and even wavelength. So anxiety usually suggests that you're too future oriented, you don't have enough presence. And depression suggests that you're too much in the past. So again, a lot of these spirit entities enter into the etheric body, mess up your harmonization, so you become depressed. You become very negative about your past experiences and very anxious about your future experiences, because obviously you have no presence. You're not peaceful in your now. That means you know, kiss up yourself, you know, kiss up your loved one, you know, kiss up your youth them, you understand me? You know, love the activities of your mind and the activity of your thinking.
And not only that, and not only that.
Hence mental illness.
Yes, this trying the awareness of your consciousness, what say, hence mental illness, because you destroy your own awareness. So you put your own self into aberration, so you lose your cognitive factors, right?
And not only that, you will lose your physical senses. First they will shut down your physical sense, your hearing, your sight and everything. And the food what they eat, then shut down your organs so that the chemical food you have in your body cannot detox it and you cannot do it properly. Yes.
Because that is a true thing, you know, Bob. Because a lot of, when like them say go to the science man, one of the things that when I interview a lot of them, what I realize is that a lot of people don't understand the etheric nature of life. So it's like food has an energy field. It has a vibrating energy field. And somebody can physically poison the fruit. And we are quite aware, oh my God, it tastes maybe spoiled, it tastes palatable. But also, someone can spiritually poison the fruit. Now, we are not versed to understand the notion of somebody spiritually poisoning a fruit. Yeah, it's called bad energy, bad eye, bad mind, bad heart, bad spirit. Some people see a nice jelly coconut, yeah, bad energy. See a nice banana, your nice pear, your nice apple in your hand, you're about to sink your teeth night, and them send a bad energy. And when you bite into it, a most awful, most displeasurable taste takes you. You understand me? And you never enjoy, not even a full joy, one moment of your beautiful banana, your apple or your oranges. Bad energy, bad vibration. Yeah, it's spoiled spiritually. In Jamaica, we say we don't want nobody touch up, nothing we eat. We don't want you to touch up the food. So, because physically, you're sending vibration into it. So the spirit entities, them touch up your food. The worst thing in Jamaica, you know what spirituality is when dopey play up in your food. Because when that nasty vibrating energy mixes up with the energy of the food, it sicks you on the energy plane, and it also gives you some biological problems. Doctor can't find a cure. That's why people go to science people, because you have some self-righteous people. Oh, I don't do that. Until your belly are rotten out inside, you're about to disappear. You find yourself at the doctor called the Obia doctor, bush doctor, herbalist, healer. Some in the dark forces, so them find the Rasta one, they find the Christian, the clean-spirited one. But you see that we have understanding how these etheric beings nasty up with psychological vibrations and nasty up our inner self and cause your stomach lining to wear and get thin, and you have strange degenerative illnesses. But still they cannot find any bad cells in the body, they cannot find the disease or the virus, yet you're suffering traits of these things. Those are spiritual warfare in high and low places. They'll set you up for a little dough, they'll sell their souls for a little dime. They'll take their lives to perpetrate the worst evil you can ever penetrate. Yeah, they mess up your energy straight. Yeah, man, them poison the food spiritually and give it to you, man. Yeah, man, come in and curse your banana tree in your yard and you eat it.
That is why man is better than gun to them.
Yes,
They
sorcery.
want to kill you.
Sorcery. One of my teachers once told me, he said, People always say in Jamaica, when the dark forces are come, people say, when you sprinkle little evil and powder in a people food, like you're gonna sprinkle unclean energy, like whether it's grave dust or people's bone fragments into the food, you know, and they say that is a way to curse the person. My teacher taught me many years ago that that's not the only way. God bless her. She taught me that's not the only way. People curse you by even how they prepare your meals. That bad energy, that negative spirit can be sent through touch, can be sent through the eyes. The Indians call it evil eyes. It can be sent through the senses, just the mind, through the heart. So, purging yourself inside before preparing a meal is a part of the Hopi tradition. It's a part of every native, what they call First Nations tradition. And also a part of our ancient African tradition. We have to pray before we not only eat the meal, we have to pray before we prepare the meal to clean out the dirty energies them. You understand me? And the bad spirit them, not just, you say we move from the dog and the cat and the birds, because you have the owls where them say the owl them carry like the owl, the screech owl, or the owl that carry the dark forces. Yeah. And the serpent, the centipede, we move from those to human beings carrying the dark force. So humans in the current age is working a lot of sorcery and a whole lot of magic for, as I said, personal gain, ego, popularity. Yeah, and also part of the sorcery is an intermingling with the animal nature within these creatures. And as Rasta say, them are out picture it and them behavior. Animalistic nature, demonics. I know, you know, you have a lot of people in the world that say, oh my God, this language is so indifferent to what they're being taught psychologically. But I can tell you something, a lot of the time the psychological language is used to cover things that they do not want to face. You understand me? So when you are possessed mentally and they fill you up with psychotropics, you understand me? And got you into all these unknown selfless states, right? They're doing you more harm than good. It's better you go to the shaman, the genuine one, because even if you find a fake ass one, eventually you'll find a true person. Trust. Go to the shaman, go to the spiritual healer, and take those unclean entities off of you. And if you're going to a true healer and they do not have that resonance, then it's not a true healer. I know you might be desperate and I might not be able to judge, but trust me, what I've known, when you're truly going to be delivered, your enemy in your aura usually gets most angry. So when you're very much reluctant, usually proves to me that there's a healing coming. So when you keep telling yourself, I won't go there, I won't do this, and I won't, that's usually when your healing will come. Because what you're certain with all those psychotropics, that if you try to smoke a little joint with it, it pops up your body, you gain 30 pounds, you can no longer hold your stool, you can no longer enjoy sex, you cannot have a life anymore. It's better you fly halfway around the world, go to the shaman, get a cleanse in the natural vibratory stream, remove those psychic entities that are messing up your biological energies, and get rid of the dirty, nasty demon forces in the glory of the Most High God of creation. You understand me? And free yourself. Jerome Sage about that tree of life, just reminding you that you're a gift to yourself and to all others. Just be that gift, continue to share in the virtues of your own goodness, and always, always be clear in heart, so that your spirit can be resonant, healthy and wholesome, and you can have your experience within the living cosmos.